Hey guys, so first I want to say that I have been reading a lot of books lately and buying a lot of books lately, and I'm still trying to get used to like keeping up with my videos. So for the next few days I might have quite a good bit of videos posted. Like I plan on doing 2 at least today, maybe even 3, counting this one obviously. So if that's a little bit annoying, I apologize. It's not something that's gonna happen all the time, but I'm still, like I said, trying to get used to keeping up with videos versus what I'm reading. In the last few days, that's all I've been doing, so sorry. So the book I'm going to be reviewing today is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I hauled it in my video, my first video a few days ago, and I finished it actually Sunday night, but I'm just now getting around to doing a review on it. So this book is about a 13-year-old boy named Connor whose mother is sick and he keeps having recurring nightmares. And after he has his nightmares, every night Connor wakes up at 7 minutes past 12. And one night, when he looked out his window after waking up from the nightmare, there is a monster looking back at him. And the monster tells him that he is going to tell Connor 3 stories, but in return Connor must tell 1 story back. And of course Connor thinks he's still asleep. He doesn't believe this at first, but as days go by and Connor's dealing with his real life at school and at home, the monster keeps showing up and he starts telling him stories. So he tells him the first story, a few days pass, he tells him the second story, a few days pass, and he tells him the third story. And by the end of the book, Connor is required to tell the last story. So, let me just first start by saying, this book wasn't what I expected at all. It is not a scary book, so if that's what you're expecting, get past that. It's not. It's actually a very thought-provoking book, and it's as funny as it sounds realistic. Like, the main plot line in this story happens to people every day, so I really liked it. I think it's kind of a childish book, but there are a few cuss words and some violence, not much but slightly, so do be prepared that if you want like a child to read it, or maybe a younger sibling or something to read it, that you might want to give it a shot first before you give it to them, just depending on how mature they are. But I thought it was beautiful. I think it's very well written. It's a very fast read because it's not that thick to begin with, and there's a lot of like pictures, and they're very dark pictures, but yeah. Unfortunately I don't want to say much about this just because I think the stuff that is discussed in this book is very important, and if you haven't read it, I want to be fair to the people who are planning on reading it, so yeah. But overall, very beautiful book, very touching story, and something that I think to an extent everybody should read because everybody goes through something similar throughout their life. I mean, obviously I don't think a monster's gonna come to your window and tell you stories, but if you read the book you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I know this review is probably a little bit rambling and I apologize, but there's really not much to say about it besides it's a good book. So it's A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, and if you plan on reading it, or if you have read it, I would like to hear your review on it, whether it's a video response, a video in general, or just a comment. Comment below. But yeah, bye guys.